Hi everybody, it's Jeanette Vilda. So today I've got a tiny little make. So you can see my hands, it fits right in the palm of my hand. And this is just a fun journal I just wanted to make. I got inspired by the paper and decided to make this little guy. And the paper is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and it's her Steampunk Winterlude, which I love that name. And links will be down below so that you can check out her papers. It is, and sorry about the banging in the back, I don't know what my husband is doing. It's a soft cover, it's cardstock, then covered with fabric, and you can see the fabric better here on the back. And yeah, it's just some craft cardstock. And then on the cover I had some, this is just some paper that I made myself, just spritzed a long time ago, so it wasn't for this project. So, you know, I always keep all my little bits because they're always useful somewhere. Some more little, just a bit of fabric, and this is from the Fussy Cut from the collection. And you can see, so I'm not the world's greatest sewer. My sewing machine and I don't always get along, but I kind of like when it gets all futzy and I do a bad job. It kind of adds to the character. So it's held together here with just a couple of pieces of washi tape on each, or washi tape, sorry, silk on each side. And like I said, here you can see that it's just some craft cardstock. And what I did was I took one piece of the craft cardstock at the size of the book that I wanted, covered that with the fabric, and then put another piece of the cardstock over that, and then stitched that together. Makes a nice little book. Throughout, I used a bunch of old German books. I like them because it has that really great script that way. I like it. So I don't know, that's not showing too well. I don't know if I can get it into there. So it's just a piece of the book paper, and then some nice trim over the top of that. And then this is just from, you know, cutting up all the different pieces of paper, book paper throughout the book. I had this little piece left over, so it just folds out and has a couple. And I'm really sorry that my camera just blasts sometimes. It gets when it deals with light, but I have to oversaturate because otherwise my camera flickers, and I'm working on that again. Hopefully we will figure this out eventually so that I don't have to oversaturate. And before you ask, yes, I have done every single thing the internet has suggested to get rid of the flicker. It doesn't work. So this is actually a German Latin dictionary. So German to Latin, Latin to German dictionary page. And I just folded it over. I added a little piece of washi tape here at the fold just to give it, because I wanted a little pocket so things would be coming in and out. So it's pretty old paper. I believe it's like 1920 something or other, and so I didn't want it going right through, so I just added a little washi tape. This is one of the tags from the kit. And again, this is some paper that I had in my stash that I had spritzed at one point in time for some reason. And then I added a bunch of little fabric tabs throughout. So, little piece. So this is actually one of the journal cards, and I just rounded the corners and made it a little tuck spot for a couple of the pieces from the ephemera. And this is from an old DDR book. Some more paper that I've spritzed or soaked, or I have all kinds of methods. I don't like tea dyeing because tea is acid, and you get acid-free paper and then you add acid to it. It makes no sense to me. This is pretty old, from a prayer book, I believe. And then some more of the grid paper that I made. just folded it up for a pocket. And we've got the card. I love this paper. It's really pretty. I mean, it's a little Christmas, well, kind of a Christmas. This is more like little berries. But so this could easily be used for Christmas. But it also is just a really nice wintry, steampunky feel to it. I love how she combined the different elements. And this is just to fold out for extra writing space. With a little fabric tag. Really, like I said, I really like how she combined the elements in this one. I love these. Now this was the other thing I did. So obviously the kit is much bigger than this. I printed it everything 2 to a page, which basically halves the size of everything. And so consequently all of the ephemera is nice and tiny sized. The pockets are tiny sized. It's a fun way to get all kinds of usage out of your kits, because you can print everything. Like, for instance, it's an old DDR book. I thought the little squirrel went nicely with everything. You can print your pages. If you're going to have a full-size journal, you can print some of your pages half-size, and then you have little tiny elements to then add throughout your book. A couple more little journal cards and a tag. I think this was a little envelope, and I just made it into a pocket. This would make a great cover and make your books. Another little fabric tab. Another little pocket for another little card. I didn't do a whole bunch of addition. I mean, it added, pockets throughout, the little tabs. That's a little card, one of the journal cards from the kit, and then I just put it on some old music paper, and this is one of the journal cards, and just stitched it here to the side to a little tuck spot, a little tab. And this is the other side. Again, just a little washi tape to firm up the edge there. And you can see, hopefully you can see that trim a little bit better. And then this is one of the little envelopes from the kit. And that's it. Like I said, it's a tiny little book. And I used all of the journal papers, a little puffy too, the journal papers from the kit, but I definitely didn't use all the ephemera. There is a lot of these cute little fussy cut little people with little animals, and it's really adorable. And like I said, it's a tiny book, and I didn't want to over decorate it because you don't have as much room in such a small book, so I didn't want to take up all the possible writing room filling it up. So yes, there is a lot more ephemera that comes with this kit, so definitely go take a look. So hope you enjoyed that. It's real simple to make. You don't even have to stitch it. I could have just glued that cardstock piece in, so if you don't like to sew, you don't need to do that. And the covering it with the fabric is really simple. And if you're wondering what glue I use that doesn't go through, I use Glue It bookbinding glue by Pinflair. I've never had any problems with it going through the fabric, making any stains, anything like that. So, alright, if you have questions or comments, please leave them down below. And please like and subscribe, and go check out Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.